His jersey is going to be hanging in the rafters at Texas A&M. He is that kind of player and culture definer for Texas A&M and the Aggies. Look at the hustle.
Darius Johnson for Keyshawn Hall. First appearance of the game, he'll be at the line.
So we got a little floor slip, and then Darius Johnson is able to corral it and then kick it over to...
I got hit in the eye with a baseball, which I'd say is pretty uncomfortable. Keyshawn Hall puts Garcia in the spin cycle.
Coach Kaufman has created a Purdue-Fort Wayne.
A good defensive energy from UCF. J.J. Taylor the steal, leaves it for Hall. FAU hit their first three from three-point range, missed their last couple as Hall puts it on the deck. Gliding in, score it. Ball, Benny Williams altered the shot. Taylor, step back three.
Oh, no.
Oh, J.J.
Even
Taylor.
though he doesn't get the assist, drawing multiple defenders on that drive and then dump down. Oh, Hall hit him with the cross. What a finish. Are you serious? From Keyshawn Hall. Hezzy, snatch, gone. You have no shots. He is person to set up the offense. Another steal.
Glenn mishandled. Hall,
Oh, that's
great
smooth.
body
Oh,
control.
Woo. That was food.
His third foul. That technical foul also counts as a personal. In the corner, Hall. A 5-point possession for UCF.
For Jordan Ivy-Curry. He's in isolation. Catch, rip, spin, and then kick. That's the playmaking I was talking about. Ivy-Curry doesn't have to score. He's
Glenn with a deflection. Now Hall's got it against Glenn. What a spin!
No way! I'm not quite sure how you stop this. I really don't. Because for that kind of strength, at that size, to have...
Miller, Boykatitis lurking there. Hall to the reverse.
I mean, he just bullied Baba Miller on that possession. Completely bullied him. You saw the...
Mahofsky in the lane. Hall, a corner three. Count it!
All three...
Johnson, bounce pass, Hall with a hammer.
He's done just about everything for UCF.
Get it into Johnson. Here's Hall across the midcourt line. He'll throw a lob for Benny Williams. Hall with one, just gets it off and scores as time expires. In the closing seconds.
That was awfully close. You're looking at the red light. Yeah, got it off, but a half a second in time. Ran right back to Keyshawn Hall. Had him isolated on the left wing. So tough, so smooth, Keyshawn Hall.
Wisconsin, the top free throw shooting team in the nation, by the way. And this is just a ridiculous clip. 88.6% coming in. Keyshawn Hall to his strong left hand. That's what he does.
And that's exactly what he does.
Can UCF tie it or take the lead? Hall spins, flips it up and in for the tie again.
A sign of a good team when you find things offensively that you do that aren't your best attribute. You start adding pieces to your offensive repertoire.
Keyshawn Hall cutting down the lane. Taylor found him for the bucket and a chance at a three-point play.
Well as Johnson can really handle the ball without turning it over and get a good look.
Hall. And he got the basket and is fouled.
You know, they play Hall as a post guy, then they move him to the perimeter, and he just shows you right there his ball handling skills, his ability to...
Nearly 3 minutes in, no scoring yet. There's a deflection by Ivy-Curry. He gets up the floor in a flash and lays it in. And UCF's been better defensively as of late, allowing right at 65 points per game in their last 4. Quick hands from Cheam. Here's Hall. Score it, plus the foul.
Here's Hall, the transfer from George Mason, a mismatch player at 6'7", and Hall banks it home against Williams.
Oh, beautiful drive. Well, Hall was shut down the first time, and he gets a lot of minutes early in the basketball games. Result.
Hall again on the take, and Hall puts it home. Coleman's given them valuable minutes.
Yeah, I asked Coach Dawkins about that, and there he goes again. Inside one more time. There's going to be nice.
So a 2-point game, 9 to play first half. You see more Big 12 action on the way today as Yotsu's with the chain. Hall lines up a three over Federico. And finds Hall, 10 to shoot against Darian Williams. Fun matchup here. And Hall off the spin puts it in. First man. Hall has 11. And now Hall has 14.
You got to put a body on Fetty on that weak side glass.
Feed Hall again. Oh, still good. Now Hall from the outside. A swish. And the 4-3 of the game. Hall has not missed. The fall away over top, and he is still perfect. 9 for 9.
Underneath, Malone for the win. It's blocked. UCF wins.
To get off to a quick 5-point start for him and the Cats.
And shooting just 30% from 3 on the season. Nice pass by Hall, and Chom with the slam, and UCF on the board.
For UCF, both of them coming from Chom, and you're talking about a guy 7'2". He's put on 20 pounds.
Love fires to Lewis in the corner, drives baseline, tried to hit Basar, and it was intercepted. Williams running the court. Johnson gets a good look, and he hits. It's
a nice little baseline jumper. The Knights back-to-back turnovers to start this game. They need a good look right here, and they get one.
Keyshawn Hall. Here's Johnson inside. Hall feeling it. Wow, finishes.
Always good for that jumper off the dribble and in transition. Once again, deep position by Hall, and nice take right there by Freeman.
Hall jab steps on Quaintance. Quaintance can't stay in front. Alston Mason. Clean look at the three. Here's Hall. Another three for Hall. Hall, red hot. Heat check. Mikey Williams into the basketball game. Much ballyhooed, former 5-star recruit. Hasn't seen the floor much tonight. We'll keep an eye on him. 2-point advantage. Keyshawn Hall, 2 more points for him away. Nice move by Ivy Curry. Open floor. Who else?
Mistake. Coach leaves him out there to keep playing.
Hall with the lob. Taylor comes down with it, goes right back up.
Star players get you star recruits. And you look at all those people surrounding Coach Bobby Hurley in that championship.
Big offensive rebound by Hall. Out of the corner, working on Freeman. Left hand, knocks it down. Give him one more attempt.
Hall going right back to what got his party started early this evening. A one-on-one. You let a postman get to the middle, you're dead in the water. He goes up strong, finishes with the left hand.
Shot clock at 10, they go to Hall. Like Caddyshack. Took a while, but it came down.
Such a big play, finishing over Quaintance in that wingspan.
The crowd wanted a foul. Looks like Bobby Hurley did as well.
Well, it's his job to work the officials, but right here, this is a tough move. Off the wrong lane, off the wrong. He's always good for that jumper off the dribble and in transition. Once again, deep position by Hall, and he dominates the paint with that baby hook.
And one. Another three for Hall. He is unconscious tonight.
In the corner, shot clock winding down. We'll have to do something with it. Pump fake, gets the defender in the air, and a tough bucket.
not to help off of Jones and not to dig down. And there's another play just made.
Turnover starting to mount now for both teams. Johnson all the way in, count it, and the foul.
Now Reynolds. Tipped away. Keyshawn Hall with the hands, with the breakaway. Tell you what, this guy's a player.
There's your offense now. Get the ball going side to side. Need an inside touch. There. Perfect.
The sweet spot of the defense. Keyshawn Hall with a
Kansas. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Normal starting five, and if UCF can't get offensive end. Kansas 6 of 8 from the field to start tonight. Hall, the lefty, fires. Got another, his second of the game. Johnson. Tebow. 6 to shoot. Hall, 3, got it. And another major. There is more. Drive got stripped from behind by Johnson. Darius Johnson creates the steal. 8 Kansas turnovers now. Ivy Curry in the lane. Here is Hall. 8 now for Dickinson.
He hasn't played a ton early in the year, and he's playing more and more. The chemistry with he and Dickinson is really, really good, and their passing ability is off the charts.
3, Hall fouled and got it. A win at Allen Fieldhouse would certainly be a big lift for their resume. Another Kansas turnover. That's 10 here in the first half. And Hall able to Floyd Badunga, and his development has been a godsend for Kansas.
No question. Such a good offensive rebounder. Great touch.
Hall that time got it. He was following.
Love that play. A set play. Dickinson's at the free throw line. A rear screen, a timely pass, and an easy finish for Dickinson.
Johnson finds Hall. And 1. And Kansas
happens when you play zone. The other teams tend to settle and shoot threes.
Quickly up to Hall, who drives and scores. Kansas caught napping there.
Good look, just short on the shot.
Hall, the step back. It's good.
If you like 3-point buckets, we've got the game for you, Hall.
Slow pace for Cincinnati. They prefer the game to be in the 60s. They want gritty, tough defense. There's a lob.
Hold a shove to get the party started.
This is good pick and roll action. You got to remember, that's 6'7". And that West Virginia loss, he was the guy to bring the energy when they needed it. And tonight, he's been awesome.
Hall, beautiful step through and a silky smooth finish.
You can't even give the credit to really the Baylor on that one. That's Jordan Ivy Curry not securing a rebound. Hall weaving inside and 1 for the leading scorer in Big 12 play. Johnny Dawkins, the way he summed it up, sometimes you have a vision for...
Here's Hall on Jefferson. Jefferson slips. Hall makes him pay.
Whatever they're going to do, they're sending a trap to get the ball out of Johnson's hands.
Keyshawn Hall's been quiet most of this first half, just 5 points. Johnson can't get it to go. Another super close layup that's missed.
Rebound Keyshawn Hall. Hall has 5 rebounds. And 1, Keyshawn Hall. We saw the knee buckle. Now he's buckling the Buffs defense.
That's 10 fast break points. And when number 4 is, you talk about stepping up to the next level. He is a weight room guy. He's only going to get better.
Even with his great start, Oklahoma State leads the way by 12 into Usman, and he is going to be a problem, but he was blocked from behind that time. Hall likes his matchup. Around and underneath, Hall gets hit, and a chance for another point as he goes down.
Sharp Johns tries to dish it off in the lane. It gets knocked away.
I thought Sharp Johns had a layup or at least a floater for himself, that 5-foot area.
In the corner, it's Coleman. He'll take it. And now about a 7-second differential shot in game clock.
Yep, Brendan Hawson dealing with Keyshawn Hall. He got mixed up on the switch.
Hall.
Yep, gotta stay if you're Hawson. Saw that TCU double team immediately. That's how you defend a good scorer like him. Get the ball out of his hands.
Now the lob, and Hall creates for Mustafa Cham.
Like they did earlier this season in Stillwater.
UCF missed their last 5 until that right there. Keyshawn Hall flying through the air.
CEO at Orlando International Airport. Well, he's clear for takeoff. Keyshawn Hall. Mike get that puppy sick, get those feet square, hold his follow through. Mike was knocking it down.
Keyshawn Hall with a dunk, end-to-end.
Teaming back up with Coach DeVries. Played at Washington State last year, but his whole season was hampered by injury. And that time his penetration denied by Hall. That one ended up in the executive.
Final game of the day, day 1. Keyshawn Hall, 3! That'll take us to halftime, and a huge lift for UCF going to the locker room.
The Big 12 knocking it down at the buzzer, nothing but net.
Utah clean at 1 point. Hero Little in transition. Little to the basket, and he had a shot blocked. Back the other way. Bucket hanging. Keyshawn Hall. Keyshawn Hall goes baseline.
That's a problem. Okay, you cannot have this right now. They're rushing their shots underneath.
Keyshawn Hall, 3! Timeout, Kansas.
He's been very vocal in all of the timeouts to his team. Look how he releases his right hand. It's almost a one-handed shot.